Hey Husker fans, welcome to another video from Just Two Dudes. My name's Louie.
My name's Seth.
I'm the dad.
And I'm the son.
Alright, so this is a review of the Kansas State game. We were, actually our preview video, we were kind of close on a lot of things.
Yeah, especially you calling about 270 yards from Taylor Martinez on the ground.
Speaking
you were
of
scary close.
Yeah, I said about 250, 270 yards. By the way, we are going to, this is a first for Just Two Dudes.
Yeah.
We're actually going to have Taylor Martinez here with us tonight.
Absolutely.
He agreed to answer a few questions for us, so that'll be cool. We thought going into that game that Kansas State would struggle because Daniel Thomas is a one-man show.
Which was proven on the Thursday night game. Really, that's all their offense was. It's all their offense is and will be throughout the year.
I thought they spent him in those first three series because not only was he running the ball, they had him out running routes.
They had him doing everything.
And he just looked spent.
He did,
especially
especially
the third series. He just looked like he was done.
Yeah.
We also obviously we had the Taylor Martinez prediction right. He rushed for a lot of yards. I kind of thought that was an easy call. But Lavonte David, 2 great games in a row. Yeah. And I know Bo will sit there and say he's still not there mentally, but right now it almost doesn't matter if he's there mentally or not because his athletic ability is just taking over. And that's a special player. When you can just rely on athletic ability alone and still play at a high level. Yeah. I mean, he's not there mentally yet, and who knows if he will be this year. But the fact that he's just going to keep getting better every single game, that's almost a scary thought. And I think he's raw enough to where he can make up for that kind of stuff.
I do
with
too.
Just his natural ability.
His athletic ability is very special at that position.
Yeah. So coming out of this game, Nebraska for the first time in a long time outside of Ndamukong Suh, we're getting a lot of national publicity.
Yeah,
a lot of people. And I wouldn't say before the season started Nebraska wasn't getting any because we had a lot of people
talking about us just because the way we finished.
But now we got people saying, hey, this offense, this defense, this special teams, this team is not only the best team in the Big 12, but this team is a national title contender.
And even not in this week's poll, but a few weeks ago, we had a #1 ranking. Or not a #1 ranking, sorry. Got a first place vote.
Another thing from that game is still...
There's been no impact from Niles Paul at all throughout the first 5 games, and hopefully something starts to click. But he's just at a point where every single time I see him with the ball, I just get scared.
Right.
I don't know if this is going to be the time he fumbles or on a kickoff return, runs right into someone or into his own blocker.
Right, which,
there's been no impact. And the one time he got a deep ball, which is about all Niles Paul can do at the receiver position, it looked like he just gave up on the ball, too. It was down the side. It might have been overthrown, but it just looked like he gave up towards the end. Yeah. I mean, even if it is overthrown, still fight for it, you know? And maybe I'm just nitpicking because it's him.
That was such an uncatchable pass, I don't think, and he kind of was tangled up with
I'm
the
just sick and tired of him just not making an impact.
I don't think they're asking him to at this point. I mean,
even in the return game, he's still not making an impact in the return game.
Well, I think Niles Paul's that rhythm type player. If he doesn't touch the ball, he kind of loses focus.
And listen, we might not necessarily need him against Texas, but we will need someone with his athletic ability. We do need him to step up.
Against Texas, yes, absolutely we do, and I hope we see him this week.
Just like we always say, Niles Paul can show up 2 games a year, win those 2 games, but he can also cost you 2 games, if not more. Hopefully this week he shows up, because I don't think we'll be able to run the ball with as much success against Texas just because
we won't average 10 yards a carry.
Right, we might not even
that's for the next video. Another thing we noticed from this game, I thought that really stood out, the D-line. They don't look like they're getting in the backfield as much. Yeah. But they also look like there's some pre-snap
determination of which way they're supposed to go. As to where last year it was more of a gap control, block your man straight up, and we'll just control our lanes. Now it seems like they're going right. They could be all going left. It's like the D-line this year is being asked to free up.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like block for the linebackers.
Right.
Take up alleys, create alleys for them for the linebackers like Lavonte David to shoot through.
As to where last year
they were expected to do almost everything last year.
Well, no, last year it was like you're talking the D-line was expected to.
Yeah, the D-line.
Yeah.
As far as rushing the passer, stopping the run, and that's all because we had one of the greatest defensive players ever, and we were able to do that.
And I think this D-line, I don't. First of all, I told everybody before the start of the season, don't even bother comparing this D-line to last year's, because you just won't get anywhere. But I think this D-line has played all right.
I think from what they've been asked to do, they have played all right.
And you know,
I'd still like to see a little more pressure on the quarterback, though.
Yeah.
That's one area that even though Texas is struggling, we still need to pressure the quarterback.
Yeah. And Jared Crick hasn't had any kind of a monster game or a breakout game.
No one has. Pierre Allen's had some decent games. He's been our best D-lineman so far, but no one's just had a game where they've kind of busted out or played great. Baker's had a couple good games against weaker competition. Somebody on the D-line, once we start really getting into conference play here, someone needs to step up.
Oh, dude. I think Taylor Martinez is here.
He is?
Hey, that's a nice guy.
He is. Very nice.
I can't believe he would come here and take time to answer our questions.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys caught that. I mean, the guy just does everything so fast. I can't believe it. First of all, I got to ask him 2 questions. Why is it you never get rattled? He said he had a very simple answer. He said, I've got like 10 or 15 girlfriends up in the stands. No matter what happens, I'm just going to be happy. Yeah. I didn't know if he was just messing around with me there, but we'll take him at face value. And then what was the other thing that we asked him about the Heisman Trophy? What did he have to say about that? Because my question is Taylor, a lot of national media people have you now in the top 5, top 7 of the Heisman Trophy. And what did he say?
It was so fast I don't even remember.
That's what I'm saying. But nice kid, though. Nice kid. What else do we have here? The third quarter pull away in that game was predicted by
you.
By me.
And me slightly. Not as much as you.
You just sat here like a bobblehead. Yep. I don't know. I just something about that game. I thought that it would be a little bit closer at halftime and that we'd pull away, and we did.
And it all starts. It seems like every single time, the start of the third quarter, Taylor Martinez just seems to break off a huge run.
Yeah.
Just like a very long touchdown run. And then it seems like the very next drive, we give it to Roy, and then he does it. It's kind of like it's a pattern that happens every single game at some point.
Right.
Taylor breaks off a very long run, then Roy does the same thing. And that's what happened in the third quarter.
So good. I'm so happy for him. He's not banged up. He's not carrying the load. That guy just looks, he just looks good.
Yeah, and Roy, he's been one of our favorite players over the last couple years.
I like Roy so much.
It's really nice to see him having the impact he is and being healthy.
Yeah, not to get off the subject, 2 years ago, I don't know if I was fortunate or cursed to be at the Oklahoma game in Norman in 2008.
I'd say that's a curse.
Yeah, and Roy was spectacular that game. Roy was one of the few Huskers out there that proved he should have been out there.
Yes.
Because not even Big Sue made much of an impact in that game.
That's true.
But Roy, I've just always thought was super special, and I'm glad to see him doing well.
I've said when he's healthy, and I said this even last year, when he's healthy, I think he is in the top 5, top 10 for running backs in the country.
I would say in that 5 and 10 range.
I know he's not getting as many carries to stand out nationally. Right. But you look at what he's able to do and how consistent he is at it, he is one of the best backs in the country. And he's one of the best backs in the country, and he doesn't even make an impact in the passing game, which a lot of other top-flight backs do. And to me, that's almost saying something.
It is,
get it here, without being in the passing
game.
game.
Because here, you know, we went from Marlon Lucky leading the team in receptions to where now it seems like if we need the running back to do something, it's probably Rex's job.
Yeah, Rex does. Yeah. Rex is our receiving threat out of the backfield. That's
so coming out of the Kansas State game, basically, we're really proud of the Big Red up to this point. Yeah. I thought they smacked him in the teeth, just like I
had a little bit of a question about if we could handle the physicality K-State brings with just the smash mouth style. We handled that well, and Lavonte David, I'm sorry, I thought he was a little too small and maybe not strong enough. Yeah. I saw him blow up some blockers, and I saw him lay the wood on people to free up other backers. So I take that back. Lavonte plays way bigger than his size.
Well, speed cures a lot of problems, and that's what Lavonte David
speed
does.
Don't blow up D1 linemen, though.
That's true. That's a good point right there. One thing, though, that I noticed that I was so happy to see in the K-State game, K-State, a lot of effort. They just do not have the players that we have.
Yeah.
We don't like K-State. Don't care.
Don't really have any problems with K-State.
I don't care if they're 4-8. I also don't care if they're 10-2. But
respect Bill Snyder, though.
Yeah, one thing that made me really proud is there is a massive gap in talent between Nebraska and Kansas State. And I think that really showed the other night because people were slightly concerned about that game. I wasn't, but I think a lot of people were.
Well, especially coming off the San Diego State game, which was...
I thought that was just...
Yeah, that was...
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. But it's good to see that when these other Big 12 North schools play Nebraska, they don't have what we have like it used to be. We have the better players pretty much at every single position.
Yeah.
And now we play these games where we will smack you... We will smack you around.
We will find out.
A couple years ago, we couldn't even smack anybody back.
Yeah.
Let alone now where we're delivering the first smacks. It was just 2-3 years ago when we would get smacked first and we would back down.
Yeah.
But that stuff's over.
And I really think that has to do with Bo Pelini's attitude. I haven't seen a team in college football over the last couple years that has the same type of mentality as their head coach does as much as our team. They play exactly...
I could think of maybe a couple, but that's a really good point.
Well, as far as maybe one or two,
you're exactly right. His first year, he was loud, obnoxious on the sidelines, and his team got a bunch of personal foul calls. Now he's calmed down. We don't see those anymore, so I think you're right. The team really does feed off of him. But so anyway, do you have anything else to add?
No, that's it.
That's it for our Kansas State review video. Of course, coming up,
Texas,
we're going to get on to Texas.
It's on.
Thanks.